everybody. Welcome to the Steckline Report with a special guest. The governor of the state of Kansas is with me. And, Governor, I got to tell you, we've had a pretty good kind of an agricultural scene. You used to be the Secretary of Agriculture of the state. What is the state of agriculture in not only Kansas but in this country?
You know, if we could get a rain, it would be great. But we've had difficulty, obviously, with that. Outside of that, though, the animal agriculture system, I mean, in our state is growing. Now, these high corn prices, boy, they really hit the livestock producer. But we're seeing a big growth in the dairy herd in the state. We're seeing a lot of interest in expansion in pork in the state of Kansas. You know, I think we got a great future, Larry, and we're right here. We're in the right place to be able to grow animal agriculture, and you're starting to see it happen.
I think so, too. What about the young people that want to get in the business? That's a little more exciting now, isn't it?
It is. You know, and you're seeing that. I am seeing some of the best young farmers coming along, and some of the guys in their mid-30s, mid-40s, they know what they're doing. They know the technology. They're being able to access the capital, and they are just knocking it out of the park. These are world-class farmers that I think are really doing a great job.
Governor, something worries me a little bit. I don't know if it has any concern of yours, but these, first of all, land prices. They're going crazy. Second of all, they're not all farmers that are buying them. In fact, 5 miles from my house, I kind of was bidding on some land, but I would guarantee you I wasn't going to give $4,000 an acre. Wow. And a guy did, and he's not a farmer. So what's your thoughts about that?
Well, I hope they got cash for it. I mean,
well, I suppose he did. I think the guy's got cash.
Well, I'm concerned.
And this is dry land, by the way.
Wow. I'm concerned because it seems to me you're getting these land prices are you've got too much inflationary built into this. We've got a whole lot of dollars out in the monetary supply. We got in this situation prior to 1980. We paid dearly for it when you saw those land prices plummet. And I just hope if people are paying those sort of prices for it that they're not borrowing huge quantities back of it, because if you get overextended and those land prices really start plummeting because commodity prices start going down on you, you can be in a real pickle fast.
No doubt about that. We're going to come back and talk to the governor about politics. Stand by.
I first got started in the cattle business. My wife and my father-in-law got me into it. I love dealing with the animals and being in the outdoors. At American Ag Credit, I know a lot of them are in the same business that I am. You know, therefore they understand what I need and what problems I'm against, so they can work with you on it, and it makes it much easier. It's been passed down to me through the generations, and I want to pass it on down to the next generation or
two. Need equipment that's powerful and efficient? It's only available in red. While other manufacturers are scrambling for long-term solutions, Case IH is already in the field, both with our tractors and our all-new combines and sprayers, featuring the same industry-leading engine technology. The world of farming is changing. Will you be ready?
I'm ready.
Straub International, we're helping Kansas grow.
Our special guest is Sam Brownback, governor, state of Kansas. But he's been a senator. He's been in politics. He ran for president. And we've got an election.
We sure do.
What's your thoughts?
It looks like it's going to be close and down the wire. Neither candidate got much of a bounce out of their convention, which everybody's reading that you know, that the people are pretty well decided, and you're only fighting over less than 10% of the electorate right now, and you're only fighting in 10 states over 10% of the electorate. So maybe you'll see a lot of people move to those 10 states just for their political desires. I don't think you can do that in most places. It just looks like a real intense, tight race, down to the wire, and probably going to be based on turnout, who gets their people out to the polls.
Governor, something that concerns me as a farmer and a farm broadcaster representing a lot of farmers is the Ryan proposal for agriculture. There isn't one, and I'm not too sure about Romney's either. Have you heard? Have you talked to them? What do they think about a farm bill?
I haven't heard the two of them talk about it. The biggest thing I hear, Larry, on this is that a lot of people are saying we've got to have crop insurance. And then a number of people are saying, but I'm willing to look at all these other programs and really question whether or not we got to have them for agriculture. We've got to have crop insurance. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get financing. You're going to really be subject to the vagrancies of the weather and the marketplace far more. So that's what I'm hearing more than anything. And I think really that's a good place for agriculture to be in, is to just say, this one we got to have, we'll negotiate about a lot of things.
And so are you involved any with this agricultural farm bill back in Washington? Are you talking to anybody?
Some to Pat Roberts, because Pat's going to be probably the lead guy in all of the Congress in writing it, and really urging him about crop insurance, and then what we can do to preserve the Ogallala, because for us on a narrow issue in our state, that is an enormously important water resource that we've got to conserve and extend over a period of time. We need to use it, but we want to extend the life of it.
Well, you bring up a big question, because this is going all over the United States, and really we're worried about states like California, where they've been in a lawsuit for, I don't know, 100 years, seems like. With even my wife was involved as Attorney General back with Colorado and all of that. What's the end result with water?
End result, you only got so much of it, and you got to use it sparingly. And what we've got to do in our future is probably use significantly less water, but get more economic activity out of it. And we can do that. You're either going to get into varieties or cropping patterns where you can stretch it and use a less amount of time over a period of years, or move and migrate that water into agriculture, livestock, where you get a lot more value out of that acre foot of water.
And government's going to probably have to do it.
I don't know that the government has to do it, but what I hope is that we can get more of the animal agriculture here, because your value goes up substantially when you're dealing with animals versus corn.
No doubt about that. Governor Sam Brownback, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Larry.
And that's it for this Steckline Report.